we're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Brandy Reed, and I am the program coordinator for the WT SBDC. And we're so glad that you could join us today and hear a little bit about the GO TEXAN program. So first of all, I'm going to talk a little bit about SBDC just in case you're not familiar with all the services and things that we offer. So we provide no cost consulting and technical assistance to small businesses on all kinds of operational issues. So from how do I start a business to I'm ready to hire my first employee, I need marketing assistance, or I need a loan to expand, and they're saying I need a business plan. We help with all of those things. And then even business succession. So if you're ready to pass your business on to the next generation, or you'd like to sell it, we can help with that as well. We don't help with legal or tax advice, so we leave that up to the experts. But other than that, pretty much every business issue is on the table for us to assist with. And we're very glad to be able to provide that service at no cost to you. And then we also have training events like this lunch club. Some are free and some are not. We do some online and some in person. So sometimes it depends on if we contract with another speaker or we provide food, some of those things. But we try to keep the cost as low as possible because we want to enable you guys to be successful and move forward in the business space. So that's what we're here for. And today with us we have Briann McLaughlin. She is a regional field rep for the Texas Department of Agriculture. So the Texas Department of Agriculture actually does a lot of things that people may not be aware of. So they provide grants to communities to improve infrastructure, get fire trucks, and expand, their emergency services, medical services as well. And so Briann is kind of charged with providing technical assistance to those communities for that. But then also they market the produce and things that are made in Texas to other markets. So within the state and then also across the country and the world. So they have this GO TEXAN program that's part of that. And we want to talk to you about that today. And just to tell you a little bit about Briann. So she's a West Texas girl, or a Panhandle girl. She grew up in Umbarger. She's a West Texas A&M alum. So she was an ag business and economics major there. So go Buffs, right? And she's pretty new to their program, but she's learned a lot in the time that she's been there. And so with that, Briann, I'll kick it off to you and welcome. We thank you for coming and joining us today.
Thank you, Brandy. And like Brandy said, I'm Briann McLaughlin. I haven't been here too long, but I'm happy to be here anyways. But today we're going to talk about our GO TEXAN program. And with that, I will start sharing the slideshow and go over a little bit of our information with you. Brandy, can you let me know? Can you see the whole presenter view?
Yes, I can see the slideshow. You're good.
Okay, perfect. We've been having some glitches, so bear with me. Just a little bit about GO TEXAN before we start. Our motto is GO TEXAN, go local. We want to support the state we live in. We don't want to be sending our money out of state to support others. If you can buy in Texas, please do. And we try to make a pathway for the consumer to do just that. So with that being said, GO TEXAN, they offer so many benefits for partners, including promotional opportunities, connections to funding through our grant programs, workshops, networking events, and access to whether it's the State Fair of Texas, local farmers markets, just any event that we can get you in, we're going to get you in it because we believe that those events are the stepping stone to success. You can't take leaps and bounds to get where you want to be. You have to take the baby steps, and the events that we can get you in, those are the baby steps to success. The GO TEXAN mark, you're going to see, and I don't believe they have it on the slide, but you can look up in this top right corner, and that is our GO TEXAN mark. That means you're a GO TEXAN partner, and you can use those on your labels, packaging, and on your website. Of course, you want to place it where it's easy for consumers to see, and you want to make it stand out in the fact of they know what it is. They know it's a Texan product. They know it's Go Texan. They know that you're a true Texan. I mean, you want to support the state you're in. You want your product to be known for that. You can download the Go Texan mark online. It's a very, very simple process. Anyone can be a Go Texan partner, whether it's a baked good, like a bakery, or fashion, clothes that is made in Texas, jewelry, candles, food. I mean, we take it all. It doesn't matter what it is. You can look up on this page here, and there's stickers, Whiskey Designs. They do all screen printing on stickers, aprons, towels, t-shirts, you name it. Even spatulas, kitchen spatulas. They'll put anything on a rubber kitchen spatula. But they're just going to show that it's Texan, and they want to be known for being Texan. Let's see. So there are guidelines with the Go Texan mark, and it has to be used correctly. If it's not used correctly, you can be void of your partnership with Go Texan, such as using the old mark, leaving off the words of Go Texan, or altering the mark in any way. You have to stick to our guidelines in order to stay a partner. Like I said earlier, there's access to funding, workshops, and networking opportunities such as the Go Texan Expo. The next one is in Dallas, summer of 2025. It's a biennial event. I think 2 years ago it was in Dallas. And then the event before that was in South Texas. So it moves around, but most of our main events, they're going to be in Dallas. So there's going to be some traveling with any of our larger events. And one thing I will say, some partners are turned away by the traveling, but you have to travel in order to market your product. You can't just stay in the panhandle and say, oh, everyone's going to see my product. I'm doing everything I can here. Well, no one in South Texas is going to see it. No one in East Texas is going to see it unless you get out there and do the footwork. We also offer reimbursement grant opportunities such as event grants. That one's up to $5,000. The Go Texan Marketing Enhancement Grant, or the Mega Grant, that's up to $40,000. And you don't have to apply for the full 40. You can apply for 10,000, 20,000. And I believe that once you hit the $40,000, you have to wait 2 years to apply again. And like I said, that's a reimbursement grant. You have to spend the money before you were reimbursed for that grant. But if y'all have heard about Creek House Honey here in Canyon, they've received that grant a few times, and you can see the successes just by looking at their business, how much they've grown. I believe when they started, it was just out of their house, and now they have a brewery. Now they have the honey and scrubs, lotions, soaps, and that all is because they've used our grant program and they were able to market those products. We also have access to advisors at the University of Texas and San Antonio Business Development Center and the SBDC. I work very closely with the SBDC. I don't do much with the others because they're not in my region, but the SBDC, they have one in Lubbock, and then Brandy at the WT Enterprise Center. They'll do anything to help you out, and they're a wonderful resource to contact, as well as 10 TDA regional outreach specialists. I'm one of them. The rest are spread out throughout Texas, and they have anywhere from 20 to 40 counties that they cover, and we go everywhere. We're in our pickups every day going to meet with partners. whether it's to show you how to set up a Facebook profile to join our Go Texan partner page, or just really anything, any little nitpicky question you have, we'll drive out there, we'll help you, we'll answer all your questions. We love it. That's the biggest thrill to the job, is meeting with our partners and helping them out and forming those connections with them. And then also we have the Go Texan newsletter that goes out monthly. It shows events, it shows other partners that they might have events that they want other Go Texan partners in. It has grant information, has like the state fair, when the applications to get into the state fair open up, and any major rodeo stock show if you want to get in those. Also, it will tell you of the United Showcase in Lubbock. If any Go Texan members are wanting to get into United, we will help you, or we will give you the access and the knowledge to apply for that and hopefully get you into United. Same with HEB and HEB Quest for the Best. We have numerous Go Texan partners every year get into HEB because we provide them with the knowledge of the HEB Quest for the Best. And that competition will get you a big prize if you win first place, and the first or the top 10 contestants get into HEB. We also have our Go Texan partners and the Go Texan team in our Facebook group, and that's where they share any events going on. If you want a product spotlight, you can do that. Really anything that the partners feel to share, or any information that we have to share with y'all, we'll share it there. So everyone can see and everyone can have the same knowledge of what's going on. So the biggest event, and I've talked about it a few times, is the State Fair of Texas. That has 25,000 square feet. Oh, where is that going? Of vendor and retail marketing. We have the general store, which takes up about half of that space, where you can have shelving units, you can have displays, and there are also tasting porches that you can apply for. You do not have to be at the state fair all 24 days. You can be there 3 days, you can be there a week, you can be there just for a day. Or if you're in the general market, you can drive to Dallas, drop your products off, come back home, and then go back to Dallas and pick up, if any, inventory that was left over. Now I will say with that, we have tiers. Let me see. This is the tricky part. I'm going to try to get to the tiers here.
Before you go to that, or while you're looking for that, I was gonna say that if this is something that you're interested in, I recommend going to the State Fair of Texas. It's just a fun experience anyway. But if you go to their Go Texan Pavilion and go see what it looks like, go taste some of the things, see how the different businesses handle their spots at the tasting porches, get some ideas before you go and invest the time to do all of that, or money to put your product there. Figure out what it's going to take. You know, they have thousands or tens of or hundred, I don't know how many people go through the State Fair of Texas. It's a lot. And that pavilion is very popular. So you can get your product in front of a lot of people that you wouldn't otherwise. And it's a great opportunity, but you need to know what to expect so that you don't disappoint the customers, but also don't miss out on an opportunity because you're not prepared. So
yes, thank you, Brandy. And with that being said, there's so many people that they want to be in State Fair so badly, but their business isn't ready for it because they're not taking the little steps of doing the little farmers markets and the little events in the Panhandle. They want to do the leaps and bounds and get to the top goal. And that's one thing that my partners struggle with, is they don't understand that you can't just automatically get there. That's why we recommend starting out just doing a pop-up porch for a day, because that'll get your toe in the water. You're not supplying thousands of products for weeks on end or days on end. And that's something that I really try to preach to everyone is you make sure your business is ready before you try to go for that goal and you get let down because you're not there yet. And I say that with all the kindness in my heart. I want my partners to not be let down, and I want them to succeed in everything that they do. But with State Fair, so when the applications open up, they open up to tier 2 first. And can you see this Go Texan become a partner page? Okay, so these are our tiers. Tier 1 starts at $100, and you can use your Go Texan website, and we have a marketing page, and all of our Go Texan partners are on the marketing page for the consumer to go and shop. We also have a wholesale page that is in the works if you're looking to be a wholesale company. You have opportunities to be featured on the Go Texan Facebook and Instagram pages. We'll do shout outs to your business to try to create more business for y'all. You have access to the networking group on Facebook that I had mentioned previously. And you can also send in your products to be professionally photographed at the office in Austin. They will keep those products. They usually do giveaways with them, but that's just the price you pay for professional photos of your projects to market. Tier 2, same tier 1 benefits, except you have the first access for signups for Go Texan events, such as the Go Texan General Store at State Fair, and also sampling at Texas stock shows and rodeos such as Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, San Angelo, even Tri-State Fair. You also, tier 2 is when you're eligible to apply for the mega grant. Tier 2 and above. Tier 1, you cannot apply for it. You're not at the level. But starting out, for new partners, I do really push for all partners to try tier 1 first, just to see how they like it, to see what works for them. I don't want them spending $500 without knowing anything about it, knowing how they'll use it, how they'll utilize everything that we offer. Tier 3 in the Panhandle, I don't have many tier 3 partners, but it's tier 2 and lower benefits. You also get a company logo on the Go Texan partner search page. It's a main page on the Go Texan website, and you'll have a pretty large logo on that page for people to just get on Go Texan and see your business without having to search it or anything. You also are eligible for marketing consultation with Go Texan staff. And then champion sponsors, those, I haven't seen any of those up here, but we'll post you 4 times on social media throughout the year. A guaranteed shared post, 1 guaranteed shared post on the commissioner's Facebook page. And he has 1 million+ followers. And you'll get your logo on a video loop at the State Fair on all of their TVs throughout the marketing space. And you'll also have a prominent placement of your logo on the Go Texan homepage, monthly newsletter, website, and promotional items throughout the year. So those are the tiers, and like I said, tier 2 and above for State Fair. But for those just starting out as partners, like I said, I strongly recommend tier 1 first, because you have to dip your toes in the water. You can't, as a new business or even established business, you don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on something that you have no guarantee of how it's going to work for you. And
Briann, can you give an example of a size firm that would be an ideal tier 3 and tier 4?
I'm trying to think, because I don't have any that I know of around here.
From what I've seen, they're pretty sizable. So,
Yes,
it's a jump. Like the cost of membership
absolutely.
is not that high, but the size that you need to be in that tier, um, there's definitely a size up, in employees
Yes.
and manufacturing capabilities and things like that. And I'd like to interject that if you feel like you're ready to go to that next tier, feel free to visit with Briann or with
Mhm.
an SBDC consultant. We can do some cost projection, just make sure that you're ready to make that next step and you're not going to tie up your cash in,
Yes.
inventory or ingredients for your inventory, when you could spend that money elsewhere and make those leaps to get to that next tier. So
Mhm. Yes, exactly. It's all about the comfort level of the business owners, honestly, and what they think is best for their business. I can't tell you what's best for your business because it's not. I look at businesses as your babies. You grow them from the ground up. I don't know how you've grown it. I can't step into your shoes and tell you what's right or what's wrong. So if you're joining and you say I want to be a tier 3, I'm gonna trust that. I mean if you think you're ready for that, I'll trust you. I might ask some questions, but I'm gonna trust you. But then I'm trying to get back to my PowerPoint. If it'll get there. Okay. And like I said, you have the opportunity to join us at all of the stock shows and rodeos, and whether that's by advertising your product on banners or on the TVs, or if you're sampling or selling your product, you have multiple ways of being there and being seen. You can display your products inside of a Go Texan display case at events throughout the state, and you can customize signage created for your business and products at all of the events that you participate in. We will assist with that. We have a wonderful marketing lady, and she's just the best at what she does. And you'll have access to her as well. So for the higher tier sponsorships, we just went over this, but like I said, you have first access to all Go Texan hosted events. You have individual consultations with the Go Texan team, prominent listing in relevant digital publications, and the company logo on the Go Texan partner search webpage, as well as the company logo on the website homepage and custom marketing benefits. One thing that I will say that I did not go over with the grants is that you have to be an established business for 2 years. We don't want our partners or a partner to join and just need the money, or their business isn't really set off yet and it ends up failing and they get a grant. That's not fair for our established partners that are applying for these grants all the time, for a business to just come in and get all this stuff and then not even stick around, I guess. So that is one of our guidelines, is you have to be established for 2 years. And I think that is the last bit of information I had. Brandy, did I miss anything that we discussed? I'm looking
no,
at my
go ahead and
notes.
leave your contact information slide.
Okay,
Your contact information.
perfect.
Yeah.
And if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask me whatever comes to mind. I'll try to answer it the best that I can. Like I said, I've been here for a year, so I'm still learning, and but I'm always willing to try to answer a question or ask one of my fellow field reps for help. So
Yeah, you guys, we'll open the floor for questions. So if you want to, now we'll be mindful that we are recording. So if you have something that you don't want to be shared, because this will be posted later, you are more than welcome to ask that question offline. But if you have something that's just general information or a question that you want to ask like that, you're more than welcome to ask it in this space. So you can just unmute yourself and ask.
I just had a quick question on the partnership levels. Are those annually?
Yes. Yes, you pay once a year and we'll send you an email to renew. We'll remind you about it. So you you don't really have a chance to miss out on renewals. Yeah, but it's once a year.
And can you apply anytime, start your partnership at any time during the year?
Yes, sir. Yes. Anytime that you feel the need to or want to apply, you can go to our Go Texan website and I will go back to it and I'll show you how to get there. You can go to our Go Texan website, and so here's the home. You'll go over to join, and then you'll apply here. And it's very simple, but you have to scroll to the Go Texan application, and then you'll just go through it from there. And I think the last one that I had, it took them 2 days, and they were a Go Texan partner, and they were featured on our Go Texan Facebook page a week later. So it's a pretty fast process, pretty simple process. So yeah.
Briann, I have a question about the types of businesses or products. Is there a spot that tells, here's what we would?
Oh, you're breaking up on me. I can't hear you.
I tell you what, why don't I text it?
Okay.
Oh, that'll work. If you want to put it in the chat, you can do that too. So
Yeah, and when you apply to be a partner, you'll put all of your business information on there, and whether it's what you sell, really what you sell, what kind of product it is, you'll let us know. There's no stipulation that I know of, or that I've seen, as far as who can apply to be a partner. No,
okay, Drew's
there's no.
question. I'm sorry. Drew's question is there a list of types of businesses or products that are preferred or prohibited from the Go Texan program?
Not that I've seen. I mean, really, anyone who wants to be in, that's preferred. We just want people to market their business, and we want to be able to help them market their business. As far as prohibited, no. We sell alcohol. We sell whether that's wine, beer, or spirits. We sell food. I think there is a hemp operation somewhere in Texas. I've heard of it. I don't know who they are or what they do, but I do know that there is some hemp somewhere in Go Texan. So, but no, nothing's prohibited and nothing's preferred. We just want to help y'all out. So
I don't think they do adult entertainment.
oh,
Or
that yes, that would be
vegetarian.
preferred.
Yeah.
That's not something that generally comes to
Right.
to my mind about that. But yeah, that would not be yeah, that would be prohibited 100%.
Same thing.
But
We're not allowed to help those types of businesses.
yeah.
Nate asked, he said their business is in hospitality and lodging. Is there a program for this type of service oriented entity?
So that would be an associate partner, and that's not on here, but I believe that you can go, if you want to be a tier 1, you can go on tier 1 and just say that you want to be associate partner, that you don't have a product, you just want to be a partner. And you'll still get the same thing that any of the tiers get, depending on what tier you're applying for. You just won't be selling a physical product. You'll just be marketing your hotel or lodging business, whatever that might be. Brandy, I believe the SBDC, or is it WT Enterprise Center? Y'all are an associate partner.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The Overton Hotel in Lubbock, they are also an associate partner. Texas Farm Bureau is also an associate partner. So we do have avenues for people that don't have a physical product. Absolutely.
Is there an ownership location requirement as far as like a percentage? Like does the company have to be 51% owned by someone in Texas or if they have locations in other places, how does that work?
So as far as associate partners, I'm not sure about that one. But as far as physical product partners, if it's out of state and you add value to the product in Texas, you can be a partner. You just have to do something to add value to it in Texas. So, yes.
So it could be produce grown in New Mexico, but I turn it into jelly or something like that in Texas and sell it. Okay.
Absolutely. Yes.
All right. Any further questions? Kind of short and sweet.
Sorry, I talk very
No,
fast.
that's fine. That's fine. So we want to thank you guys for joining us today. We also want to promote an event that we're doing together in November. So each year, the Small Business Development Center and the WT Enterprise Center celebrate Global Entrepreneurship Week, and it's usually that week before Thanksgiving in November. And this year, it's like November 18th through the 22nd. And we have a whole week full of events scheduled for that week. So we'll be promoting that coming up. You'll see events on our newsletter or on our social media. So be sure and follow that. And we're excited to partner with the Go Texan program this year to bring a Go Texan mini pavilion to the Panhandle. So what we're hoping is that Friday is our Harvesting Success event, and we would like to provide an opportunity for you to set up a booth and sample your products or sell to the attendees. So last year they had several hundred or couple thousand people come through the event. It was the first time that they had done that. And we partner with Ogallala Commons and some other entities. Amarillo Economic Development Corporation, I believe, is part of it. But anyway, there's several resource partners that are also involved in that, and you'll get to network with them. But we want at least for you to come and see what it's all about and get some of that early Christmas shopping done. So that's kind of what we have in mind for that. So you're more than welcome to ask questions about that later, but we're excited to premiere that event and partner with Go Texan for that, because the Panhandle doesn't have, our Panhandle businesses don't have much opportunity locally to market their products other than the farmers markets and things like that. So this will get you in front of some different eyes. I know last year they sent out postcards to different communities in Amarillo. So it wasn't just other businesses hearing about it. It was Amarillo people, that in different neighborhoods that were hearing about the event and coming. And then we're also located across from the La Paloma golf course. And when we set up outside, and so people see it and they stop and come in and attend that way. So there will be food trucks. We're going to have live music. We're also going to recognize some winners from some other events and contests that we have going on. So there'll be people there. So it'll be a great opportunity to get out and get seen in front of a different audience. So Drew asked if we will email out that information. So yes, we can. We'll also share the slides from Briann's presentation today. And then anytime you have any questions, be sure and let us know. We'd be happy to answer them as you go along in this process and you want to apply for the program. If Brianna or I don't know the answer, we know people who do. So we'll find out for you. And we just want to give you the opportunity to place your products or services in the best light and be, share local stuff. So that's thankfully after COVID, that became a lot more popular. So it's it's a great time and opportunity to join in on that and share that. So, all right. If you don't have any further questions, we'll sign off. And if you do, you can email me or Briann. So we'd be happy to answer those questions. So thank you for
Thank
joining us
y'all.
today. We appreciate it so much.